You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. You're a vile one, Mr. Grinch. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. Given the choice between the two of you, I'd take the, seasick crocodile. You're a rotter, Mr. Grinch. You're the king of sinful sots. You're a hearts of dead tomato splotched with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. You're a three-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. You nauseate me, Mr. Grinch, with a nauseous super nos. You're a crooked jerky jockey and you drive a crooked horse, Mr. Grinch. Your soul is an appalling dump heap, overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of rubbish imaginable, mangled up, entangled up knots. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk.
Happy trails, Hans.
That's not a hostage.
Oh, preparing to go to school was like getting ready for extended deep-sea diving.
Come on, Mom, we're gonna be late.
All right, Ralph.
My kid brother looked like a tick about to pop.
What? What is it? What is it? Oh. What is it?
I can't put my arms out.
Well, put your arms down when you get to school.
Flick, wait up for me. I can't get up! Help me! Come on, get up, sit up, come on. Okay, come on, let's go. Come on, you're all...
I think that's all we'll need you for, George. I know you're anxious to make a train.
I have a taxi waiting downstairs.
I want the board to know that George gave up his trip to Europe to help straighten things out here these past few months. Good luck to you at school, George.
Good luck, George. Goodbye.
Now we come to the real purpose of this meeting, to appoint a successor to our dear friend, Peter Bailey.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to get to my real purpose.
Wait just a minute now.
Wait for what? I claim this institution is not necessary to this town. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to dissolve this institution and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
Marty, you dirty contemptible! I'll wring his neck out. George, did you hear what that was?
It's too soon after Peter Bailey's death to talk about chloroforming the building and loan.
Peter Bailey died 3 months ago. I second Mr. Potter's motion.
Very well. In that case, I'll ask the two executive officers to withdraw. But before you go, I'm sure the whole board wishes to express its deep sorrow at the passing of Peter Bailey.
Thank you.
It was his faith and devotion that are responsible for this organization.
I'll go further than that. I'll say that to the public, Peter Bailey was the building and loan.
Oh, that's fine, Potter, coming from you, considering that you probably drove him to his grave.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. Oh, I don't mean any disrespect to him, God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without common sense can ruin this town. Now, you take this loan here to Ernie Bishop. You know, that fellow that sits around all day on his brains in his taxi, you know. I happen to know the bank turned down this loan. But he comes here, and we're building him a house worth $5,000. Why?
Well, I handled that, Mr. Potter. You have all the papers there, his salary, insurance. I can personally vouch for his character.
Friend of yours.
Yes, sir.
You see, if you shoot pool with some employee here, you can come and borrow money. What does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stir 'em up and fill their head with a lot of impossible ideas. Now, I say...
Just a minute. Just a minute. Now, hold on, Mr. Potter. Just a minute. Now, you're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny-ante building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Well, here, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't it make them better citizens? Doesn't it make them better customers? You said that what'd you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of a decent home? Wait for what? Until their children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broken down that you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about, I know. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. There's just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter. Come on.
Sentimental hogwash. I want my motion acted on.
Boy, oh boy, that was telling George, oh boy, you shut his big mouth. You should have heard.
Don't look now, but there's something funny going on over there at the bank, George. I've never really seen one, but that's got all the earmarks of being a run.
Now, just remember that this thing isn't as black as it appeared. I have some news for you, folks. I was just talking to old man Potter, and he's guaranteed cash payments to the bank. The bank's going to reopen next week.
But, George, I got my money here. Did he guarantee this place?
Well, no, Charlie, I didn't even ask him. We don't need Potter over here.
And I'll take mine now.
No, but you're thinking of this place all wrong, as if I had the money back in a safe. The money's not here. Well, your money's in Joe's house. That's right next to yours. And in the Kennedy house, and Mrs. Maitland's house, and 100 others. You're lending them the money to build, and then they're going to pay it back to you as best they can. Now, what are you going to do, foreclose on them?
I got $242 in here, and $242 isn't going to break anybody.
Okay, Tom. All right. Here you are. You sign this. You get your money in 60 days.
60 days?
Well, now, that's what you agreed to when you bought your shares,
Tom, did you get your money?
No.
Well, I did. Old man Potter will pay 50 cents on the dollar for every share you got.
50 cents on the dollar?
Yes, cash.
Well, what do you say?
No, Tom, you have to stick to your original agreement. Now, give us 60 days on this
Okay,
thing.
Randall.
Are you going to Potter's?
Better to get half than nothing.
Tom! Randall, wait. Now, wait. Now, listen to me. I beg of you not to do this thing. If Potter gets a hold of this building and loan, there'll never be another decent house built in this town. He's already got charge of the bank, he's got the bus line, he got the department stores, and now he's after us. Why? Well, it's very simple. Because we're cutting in on his business, that's why. And because he wants to keep you living in his slums and paying the kind of rent he decides. Joe, you had one of those Potter houses, didn't you? Well, have you forgotten? Have you forgotten what he charged you for that broken-down shack? Here, Ed, you remember last year when things weren't going so well and you couldn't make your payments? Well, you didn't lose your house, did you? You think Potter would have let you keep it? Can't you understand what's happening here? Don't you see what's happening? Potter isn't selling, Potter's buying. And why? Because we're panicky and he's not, that's why. He's picking up some bargain. Now, we can get through this thing all right. We've got to stick together, though. We've got to have faith in each other.
But my husband hasn't worked in over a year, and I need money.
How am I going to live until the bank opens?
I got doctor bills to pay. I need cash.
I can't keep my kids on faith. I've got to have it.
How much do you need?
Hey! I got $2,000. Here's $2,000. This will tide us over to the bank reopens. All right, Tom, how much do you need?
$242.
No, Tom, just enough to tide you over until the bank reopens.
I'll take $242.
There you are.
That'll close my account.
Your account's still here. That's a loan. Okay. All right, Ed.
Well, I got $300 here, George.
All right, now, Ed, what'll it take until the bank opens? What do you need?
Well, I suppose $20?
$20. Now you're talking. Oh. Thanks, Ed. That's fine. All right, now, Miss Thompson, how much do you want?
But it's your own money,
Now,
George.
never mind about that. How much do you want now?
I can get along with 20, all right.
$20, fine.
And I'll sign the paper.
You don't have to sign anything. I know you. You pay when you can. That's okay. All right, Miss Davis.
Could I have $17.50?
That's your heart. Of course you can have it. You got 50 cents. There we go. 7.
We're going to make it, George.
6.
They'll never close us up today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo! We made it. Close the door, Eustace. We made it. Look, we're still in business. We still got $2 left. Well, look, let's have some of that. Let's celebrate.
Oh, my God, hi.
How's it going?
Great, I met a really nice guy.
See, and you said you'd never. What's he like?
He's really cute. I feel great when I'm with him, which is an entirely new experience. And he's about 90 years old.
Come on.
He's my next-door neighbour. Or Amanda's next-door neighbour. Oh, by the way, you should pop over and meet her.
Yeah, I have, actually.
Oh, bugger. Call waiting. Can you hold for a sec? Hold on, I really want to talk to you.
Sure.
Hello?
Iris, hi, it's Amanda.
How are you? How's it going?
Everything's going great. How are you?
Oh, I'm loving it. Listen, can you hold for a sec? My brother's on the other line.
Graham?
Yes, you said you met.
Yes, we did meet. How is he?
Fine, I think. Can you just hold on for a sec?
Sure.
Okay. Hi, sorry, that was Amanda.
How'd she sound? How's she doing?
She just asked me how you are.
And what did you say?
I asked her to hold. Can I call you back?
I can hold while you speak to her.
Really?
Find out how she is.
Okay. My brother wants to know how you are.
Can you tell him that I'm good and that I'm just taking Charlie for a walk in the village? What's he been up to, did he say?
I'm not sure. Do you want me to ask him?
Sure.
Okay. Hold, please. I can't believe that you have had sex with the woman staying in my house!
He told you that?
Oh, my God!
Oh, my God!
Oh, my God! I thought I was talking to Graham. Could you just hold, please? I'm terribly sorry. I can't believe you've had sex with Amanda. The one thing she asked me was, are there any men in your town? And I assured her that there were not. And then you meet her and immediately get into her knickers.
Still me.
Bollocks! I must have lost him. Amanda, I am so sorry. Can I call you back?
Dinner was full!
I have this terrible suspicion that Catherine and Eddie don't have any presents for
Bierzcie.
Synejowy wszystko bude.
No bez labra.
My mother will start to worry, and father will be pacing the floor. So really I'd better scurry. Well, maybe just a half a drink more. The neighbors might think, say, what's in this drink? I wish I knew how to break the spell.
I'll take your hat, your hair.
I ought to say no, no, no.
Mind if I move in?
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my
I
pride?
really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold.
no. Not ra, 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 la, 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 la. Sing like this. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. Try again. Deck the hall with boughs of holly, ra 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 ra. Stop. Sing something else. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. No, stop. Kitchen, bring food for customers.
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful duck. Yes, it really is. It's but you see,
what?
It's smiling at me.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yes.
That Christmas would live in our memories as the Christmas when we were introduced to Chinese turkey. All was right with the world.
Oh, no dessert yet. Not until we do our talent show.
Oh, no. If we have to sit through those children, I'm going to need something stronger than this.
No, it's not the kids. It's Air Band.
Air Band?
On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. When that's not possible, tell me, can you ever restore? 'Cause I need somebody who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She would always. Come on, baby. Yes, baby. Yes. Always be right there. Sunny days. Everybody loves them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Oh, get it, baby, get it. I know all the days won't be perfect. Shall we can you stand it?
I can't stand it. You know what? You need help. What? I was into it. They're clean.
No pressure from me, baby. 'Cause I want you and I need you. Tell me, baby, will you leave me for you?
Lou, I need this there by tomorrow.
Heck of a rush. Merry Christmas, Lois. Heck of a rush, of course.
But, Dad, I just don't understand something. Why won't anyone talk about the Grinch?
You kids and the Grinch. You see, Cindy, the Grinch is a who, well, he's actually not a who. He's more of a...
A what?
Exactly, honey. And he's a what who doesn't like Christmas. Take a look at his mailbox, sweetie. Not a single Christmas card, in or out. Ever.
But why?
Lou, where's my mail? Lou, the wrong mail here. Lou!
be right there.
We've got a problem.
All right. We'll straighten this out.
It'll take them years to sort this out. This is his, now it's yours, and this is hers, now it's his. And for the rest of you, jury duty, jury duty, jury duty, blackmail, pink slip, chain letter, eviction notice, jury duty.
Would you mind helping me take this to the back room, honey? But be careful of the sorting machine, right?
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
You're
The Grinch! Well, that worked out nicely. Max, let's go. Our work here is finished. That is not a chew toy! Stop it, Max! Get that out of your mouth! You have no idea where it's been! Oh, bleeding hearts of the world unite! Give me that! Don't you know you're not supposed to take things that don't belong to you? What's the matter with you? You some kind of wild animal? Huh? Let's go.
Thanks for saving me.
Saving you? Is that what you think I was doing? Wrong-o. I merely noticed that you were improperly packaged, my dear. Hold still! Max, pick out a bow! Can I use your finger for a second? Ow.
Mindy?
Dad! Daddy!
You never know what's up there.
There he is!
I got you! I got him, Harry! I got him! Harry, get up! Give me a hand! Ow! I got him! Harry, help me get up! I got him!
What are you doing, Marv?
Harry, don't move.
Marv?
Don't.
Marv, what are you doing? Marv.
Did I get him? Did I get him? Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, never mind it, you get here. How do you like it, huh? You jerk! Get that kid for him. Get that kid.
Where'd he go? Maybe he committed suicide.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase.